Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your Goddess Guru. And y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose. Y'all, come on, let's up level. Let's do what we got to do using ancient wisdom and embracing the goddess centered lifestyle. Hey, y'all, it's November 2021. Atta girl, you made it to another installment of 2021. You are a bad mama jamma. You are the real MVP. Girl, you need to just go on ahead and just be like, yes, queen, I am slaying it. Okay. Welcome to November 2021. Man, it's time. It's on and popping, y'all. Let's do this. I wanted to just share some wisdom with you, share a little bit of the astrology so that you are aware of the mission for this month. As you can see, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, there's a ticker tape. And what I want you all to know is that the spiritual aspirant initiation is starting. Actually, I made a video earlier. So by the time you see this video, in the description box, there is a link to a video where I'm talking a little bit about like what spiritual aspirant initiation, what is that? Because see, y'all look, not everybody knows about this. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this into y'all's lives, into your experience, to help you on your spiritual path. Folks tired of being lost. So hey, it's a solution to just like, girl, I done found myself today. Okay. So yes, there is a wait list. I'm asking everybody. I'm not asking you to buy. I'm just asking you to get on the wait list so you can find out more about what is the spiritual aspirant initiation. So that link is in the description box. Okay, so let me just start out. Well, wait a minute. One more thing I need to say, okay, is I am the type of person who typically somebody is going to help me pick out fashion, and so I need for y'all to help me out. First of all, I wear this color because I get compliments from y'all all the time about this color. Um, so I need help with lipstick. So y'all been raving about this lipstick that I have on. I need another color. All right. What color should I get? Okay. What do y'all think? Let a sister know. All right. I need all my fashionistas out there to be helping your sister out. Not all of us are into all this fashion stuff and makeup, and I'm not into it. I just lucked up with this. Okay, let me get started. Okay, so um yes, we are in November 2021. And this is from my inner circle. Um mm, or I put this in my inner circle for the members of that community. This is an intense yet hopeful month. Why is it intense? Well, because it's Scorpio. Scorpio is always intense, okay? Yet it's healing. Scorpio is healing and it's an all-in kind of energy. So you can get a lot done. And it is also a very hopeful month. Okay. It's a hopeful month. Why? Because of Sag. Y'all know Sag is already, always inspiring us. Okay. So I think it's important for us to embrace this month. Um, this is I'll just kind of scroll through it. It's like a 30, I'm not going to go all the way through it, but I go through all of the wisdom and spell it out. I give essential oils and different things like that, the goddesses, and then I go over the astrology. And even in this, I go through it. Let me just get down to the bottom. Um, Week by week. Okay. Yes. Y'all know it's basically I write one book a month. I really need to write a book because I write one book a month. This is like a freaking little book. Anywho, so Orsair Ogunda. Now I want to talk about this Orsair energy quite a bit because it really caught my attention because I had done some readings on here on my public channel, and almost everyone on one of the days, almost everyone got Orsair. Almost everyone. got Orsair. And so I was listening to someone talk about their shaman, and what the shaman said was, all we are, oh, excuse me. What I tell people when Orsair speaks is authenticity is key. It is important for you to be authentic. And this shaman said, this person was quoting their shaman, and the shaman said, all we have is our authenticity. That's it. Your authenticity is exactly who you are, is what you came here with, is what you're going to leave out of here with. That's all we have. And so it is important for us to show up. And that's what Orsair is. It is a month to become more authentically who and what you are. And how do we do that? We use the energy of Sagittarius. Okay. We use the energy of Sagittarius. So, I mean, not Sagittarius, Scorpio, because Scorpio is going to burn off the dross. Scorpio is going to be like, what do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? Um, yeah. What do you need to heal up? And it's an energy that's like, I'm not afraid to look at this. I want to do this. It's the Phoenix rising. And we all know that the Phoenix rising crashes and burns and then rises up even more powerful. And so Orsair, which is an energy out of ancient Egypt, Kemet is another word that we call it, or name that we call Egypt. But Orsair is the energy of, it's the part of ourselves, because Orsair is a part of us. It's the part of ourselves that knows that it is divinity. Okay. And this is what makes it authentic. That's it. This is the truth of who and what you are. I do believe authenticity also involves our unique gifts and talents. And many, many, many of us are afraid of that. And we don't trust it. We haven't been encouraged to cultivate it. Some of us even feel like, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. But when we just start living according to our heart, that's when we can get there. But Orsair is an energy that's about listen to your higher self. Okay. And it's so important for you to understand your higher self is you. It's not something that's out there that's guiding you. It's you, because you're a luminous being that took the form of a body, and you inserted a part of your energy into the body. Your whole energy matrix is not in this body. It's just a small part that got inserted into the physical. And so there's a part of you that it literally leads, guides, and directs you. When we talk about the Hindu tradition, it's called Ganesha. Ganesha, the big elephant, rides on the little mouse. The little mouse is this part right here. And we have the big elephant, Ganesha. And it's so interesting because the elephant is related to Obatala, this energy in the Orisha tradition out of Nigeria of wisdom. This great, it is said that Obatala is in all the Orisha. This energy of primordial energy. It's in everything. Okay. And so that's essentially what we have working for us, all this wisdom that we have access to. And so this is a month for us to, what is it that you can do? This is what I would ask you to answer this question. Write it down and watch Ish happen. What is it that needs to happen in order for you to show up and be more authentically who and what you are? Okay. Some of us need to just give our gifts and talents a try. Some of us need to stop lying about anything that we hide. Let me just say it that way. We need to stop hiding the truth. Maybe we're not lying. Maybe we need to hide the truth. And the reason I said that is because that I have done that. It's like, I'm just not going to tell people anything about me. They can ask and I won't even tell them the truth because I just feel like I don't want to have that discussion, But we'll say I think it's a month to stop hiding the truth. And Scorpio is here for it, honey. Scorpio is like, baby, there is no lie in Scorpio. Scorpio is like, everybody's going to tell the truth. Okay. This is a month to be more intuitive because Scorpio is an intuitive sign. So it's a month to be more intuitive and to trust your gut. Um, yeah. And then when we think about Sagittarius, Sagittarius is about being more expansive. It's about being open to the higher truth. Whatever is something that causes you to expand. This is not a month to contract. This is a month to just be like, and see, this is Orsair. How much can I expand out beyond what I currently believe myself to be? What's one thing I can do this month that's outside of my norm? That would be a step in an expansive direction. And we are not expanding for any other reason than I just need to know there's more to me than what I currently experience. Or maybe there's a goal that you're going for, because Sagittarius is goal oriented. It is a season to set your goals and intentions for 2022. Okay. Um, so yes, opening yourself up this month and having hope. I think this is important. You need to shore up your hope. What makes you have hope? Now, one of the things that I did say I want to talk to you all about is, you know, it's like I right now feel a little bit of frustration with, to me, the energy of the world right now. I don't know. It just feels uncomfortable. And maybe it's just my astrology. I don't know. But what ends up happening every time, what gives me hope is my gifts. What gives me hope is me asking myself, what's the very next thing that I can do? What gives me hope is me taking care of myself, taking care of my family and my responsibilities, bringing myself just real, like narrowing down my world and my scope and my focus on like what's right here, right now. And so that, to me, that's hope. Or hope is also having such a understanding of the higher wisdom that you're not moved. This is the energy of Ma'at, Sagittarius. So why is Ma'at always so optimistic? You'll not see Ma'at feeling down. Ma'at is optimistic because she knows the highest truth. She can see the big picture. And so she's always hopeful. Plus she knows universal law. So yeah, November is a month that it's a lot of blessed energy, but some of it is you got to take some action. Like, this is not Pisces where stuff sort of magically happens. This is a sign that requires action. Both of these signs require action. And so, and part of that action is making a decision. I'm going to do, I'm just going to, okay, I have two options. I'm going to choose A or B, period, and just go with it. Okay. It'll get you very far. A lot of active energy that could potentially make, especially Leos, um, Aquariuses, Tauruses, and yeah, I'll just say those three, uncomfortable. I think Scorpios are going to feel pretty good just because I don't know. I just feel like the planets that are there now, the sun and I'm pulling up a chart, the sun and Mars. I just really think that we'll enjoy having, especially Mars. Like Mars is a Scorpio's main sign, and it brings energy. And see, Scorpio is cold water. It's frozen. It's also like the swamps. And so having all of this fiery energy, it's thawing things down. It's going to be able to help get through the murkiness, the murky waters. And so I think Scorpios will feel good. I think the Mars, sometimes when I have Mars, like Mars transited my Venus, I did not like that. It made my kidneys hurt. Because Mars can bring inflammation. It can bring like a lot of activity and energy. But like if Mars transits your sun, you might just be like, oh, I love that. That feels so good, right? If you're a Scorpio. Or if Mars would have transit Jupiter, it's like, oh yeah, that feels good. Some of y'all have Neptune there. I think Mars transiting Neptune can be good also. But for me, I was not enjoying Mars transiting my Venus. I did not enjoy that. But for the most part, I like it when Mars is in Aries as well as Scorpio. It's signs. It just feels so good. Let me see here. What else did I want to tell you? One thing that I thought was so interesting this month is the I go through the moons each week, and I was just like sweating by the time I finished going through all of the moons because there's so many long void of course moons. I was like, what the frick is this? Where we will have like 7 or 8 hours at least. It seems like one was like even, I don't know, maybe close to a day. I'm like, why? Why do we need to have the moon void so much? So there are going to be times where you may feel the energy is low. And so it's just important to work, rest, or just don't put pressure on yourself to push when you really feel like, no, I really don't want to push. Sagittarius actually may not feel like they have a lot of energy this month until the sun goes into Sag, because about a month before your birthday, you may feel a little bit slow. You may feel a little bit tired and sad, because your sun has not been tanked up for a year. And so, the Sagittarius, you may feel a little bit tired all month. But I do think it's really important to um, pay attention to if the energy feels low, it feels low. So for instance, the day after the new moon, which is on this Thursday, the moon is going to be void most of Friday during the work hours in the United States, around the evening time into the late evening in Europe. I have some ladies who watch me in Europe. And so, and let me see here. If you're watching from Australia, because I actually have people from Australia watching, it would be maybe at the top of Saturday for you, that you would be feeling like, oh my gosh, it feels really, really tired. Or maybe, yeah, something like that. Australia, you may just want to sleep. You might get the best sleep of your life, Australia. So that was something else that stood out for this month. So what we have this month is the new moon in Scorpio. And let's see here. Let me pull up the screen. And you'll see me looking off to the side because I'm looking at my other screen. I have a larger screen that I look at. Okay, so we're going to have the new moon in in Scorpio, and we're going to have a lunar eclipse in Taurus. So one of the things that I think is so important for us this month to do is to start taking notes of what's coming up so that you can understand what you will be focusing on for the next year and a half. Because now the eclipses, which are fated events, or they create fated events, they will cause you to focus on 2 areas of life for about a year and a half. The Taurus part is going to be taking you in a new direction. The Scorpio part is what Scorpio is all about, releasing and letting something go. Okay. And it's all about, the way I teach it in my eclipse classes, it's about course correction or amplification of aligned action. These eclipses are put in at certain times in our charts to make sure that we are headed in the right direction. If we're not headed in the right direction, then that's called course correction. No fun. And so you'll get redirected. It's like something all of a sudden will happen, and whatever you're going to do, it goes away, or whatever it is you need to release and let go of. A lot of times it will course correct you. It's the same energy as the goddess Oya. Any goddess that has to do with transformation, that's what the eclipse is about. But I relate it the most to Oya. And then the amplification of aligned action It's like, yeah, you're living authentically, you're using your gifts. And so it becomes like the wind behind your back, and it helps you to move even more quickly into the direction of your destiny, your goals, whatever it is that you are working on. I mentioned I have an eclipse course. So um, I don't all the time like posting a class for sale if people are not interested in it. But if you want the eclipse class, I have created one, and just drop it in the comments and I will post it for sale if y'all want it. Um, let me see here. So, yeah, this new moon in Scorpio is one where I say um, we can get very far, but I really think it's important to set goals that are about releasing and letting go in a way that takes your life in a new direction. Another thing that I talked about in my inner circle is, set intentions that you want to make progress on. And that's because there's the energy of progress, but it's progress through hard work. It's progress through up leveling in a way where you may feel like you're sort of forced to do it. It may not feel comfortable, but it's what's supposed to happen, right? Um, but I honestly believe Scorpio season is going to be showing us something about what it's going to give us a foreshadow of what is to come. Okay. Um, let me see here. Yeah. Okay. So then we're going to have on the 19th, the full moon lunar eclipse is what we call it in Taurus. Okay. And we know the full moon eclipse is about um, endings, culminations. And so it's like this past May, late April, May, during Taurus season, did you kick something off? Did you start something new? And maybe you're going to see that it is coming to fruition with this full moon. The full moon reveals things to us. And maybe what it's going to reveal is what is it that you're going to be working on in this Taurus house? Because Taurus is the other part of the eclipse. It's always two sides that we're working with. And this part of the eclipse is like, what direction are you going in? What, over the next 18 months, what are you going to be focused on? Whew, y'all will hear me doing that quite a bit for the next year and a half, y'all. Okay. Because I have planets in Scorpio and Taurus, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. It's happening so close. I want to just tell y'all a quick story. Last year, there was a full moon at the exact degree. So in astrology, when you're looking at a degree, say for instance, right here, well, let me do this up here. Right here, Venus is at the 29th degree. And so that 29th degree helps people to understand, like, how intense am I going to feel this thing, right? Or when is this going to happen? The degree gives it really helps with prediction. And so last year I noticed that the full moon in Taurus, which was a gorgeous full moon on Halloween, I don't know if y'all remember that, was at the exact degree of my moon. And I was freaking out. I was like, what does this mean? Because the full moon is not actually uh, an easy moon. It's a very energetic moon, and sometimes it has soft and gentle energy in it. But no matter what, the full moon is very, very powerful. And so I was freaking out. And typically in astrology, just remember this: nothing happens day of. Sometimes it does. Let me not say nothing, but a lot of times it's not anything happening day of. It plays out over a little bit of time. And that is what kicked off me having COVID. All of a sudden, I was sick as a dog. I rang in the new year with COVID. And so it made me sort of like, yeah, the full moon might be beautiful, but. And so my dad had a full moon on his birthday, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, what does this mean? And lo and behold, my dad did, in fact, it was something happened that never happens. He just passed out at the gas station. Folks had to go through his phone to try to find somebody who can come and help him. And then I know two other people who've had full moon birthdays in September. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. So that's just a little fun fact about these full moons. And so, woo, this full moon is happening very close to my moon, y'all. So okay, y'all, I need for y'all to be sending me some good energy. Um, so yeah, this full moon in Taurus, this eclipse energy in Taurus, we're about to go in a whole new direction. But it's gonna start out with, what are you gonna let go of to get to where you want to go? Okay. That's something that I would encourage you to do. Let me see here. For the affirmations for the month, I guess I'll show y'all these. I'll just share the ones that I put in my inner circle. And then I have another one that I want to share with you all, just a little something to give you something to think about. I was like, oh, wow, this really matches this energy. I am passionate and I am streamlined. And so I asked you, what deserves your passion this month? Whatever you always question when you're really passionate about something, like, is it worth your time and your energy? Because let me tell you, I've been calling myself back. I'm like, I'm not having conversations about stuff that doesn't matter. I'm not giving my ashe. I'm not giving my energy to that. Okay. I give my whole heart to everything I do. And I just say, you want to make sure you are passionate about your healing. You're passionate about your destiny. You are passionate about your current mission. So what deserves your passion this month? And also, how can you, I am streamlined is the other one. I reduce resistance and minimize clutter in my life. I am streamlined. And so what I related this to is Scorpio. It may not be a well-known fact, but Scorpio is a sign that has to do with reduce, reuse, recycle. It is one of these kinds of energies that when people have Scorpio, a lot of times they are avid recyclists. I am a Scorpio avid recyclist. I've been recycling so long, I don't even remember when I didn't. And so that's how we become streamlined, though, when we let go of some stuff, right? And so how can you reduce, reuse, and recycle to streamline your life? And maybe it's something regarding your body. Maybe it's something regarding your mind, your spirit, your emotions. What needs to be reduced, reused, recycled in your life so that you can streamline your life? How can you streamline your life? So that's what I have for you there. The last thing that I think is really impressive this month is Venus this Friday moves into Capricorn. Now, why is that important? I think I mentioned this. Venus is going to be in Capricorn for 4 months. Typically, she's in a sign for 3 weeks. And so she's going into the sign that she's going to retrograde. I honestly believe it's going to be beneficial. But you know what? We got to make these choices. We got to decide it's going to be beneficial. We have to look at the options and the choices that come our way with that. And that's how it will work. This is a month to take action. This is not a magical month. This is a month to do something. Now, you may have to work, rest. Maybe the thing that you're going to do is your meditation. You know, like I said, it's healing, it's spiritual, it's intuitive. Maybe your action is going to be, I'm going to trust my intuition all month. All right. One of the inner circle members is saying that, she's devoted to having a gratitude practice. That's action. Okay. So I just want to give you a little bit more to think about. This is an affirmation deck that I just really love. And it says, it's taken living through my darkest days to become the strongest version of me. And so I was like, wow, that is so scorpionic. I just shuffled the deck and looked at it. And I thought, wow, that is very scorpionic. It matches what we are experiencing. And a lot of times, what people will say is, you really cannot know the light unless you have experienced the darkness. Now, you know what? I'm not saying that we just got to be descending into darkness and be staying there a whole lot of times. But I can tell you, once people come out of the darkness into the light of their lives, they're so great. They're so grateful because they know what it's like to be in that darkness. I just encourage you all to not normalize the darkness. I don't mind, it's like sometimes you're going to have a dark time in your life. Sometimes you're going to have many dark times in your life. But I think a lot of us have normalized it. And so we need to begin to give ourselves permission to be, accept where we are, but also that it's like really okay to be happy. Some people and I'm one of these people, you're raised up in so much dysfunction and, it's my childhood home was volatile. So that once I got to college, when I got to Spelman College, dorms are quiet. Nobody's arguing. I got along very well with my roommate. I was like, I don't know what to think about all this quiet. And I said to myself, as an 18-year-old girl, this essentially, because 18 is so young, I was like, okay, I think I just need to get used to this is life outside of my home. I was so weirded out. I was so weirded out. And I just had to start telling myself, you know what? It's okay if everything is good. It's okay. I live a boring life. We wake up, we talk. When my kids were here, we would eat breakfast, kids go to school. It's like just a boring life. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, it's taken living through my darkest days to become the strongest version of me and step into our passion. Scorpio is all about passion. And then I picked another one from it's called Mindful Messages, and it says expansive. And again, I just shuffled the deck and pulled it. I was like, thank you, universe, thank you, mothers, because this has to do with Sagittarius. Expansive. Every day I am learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. Expansive. Every day I'm learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. So my thing always is this: how will I know that I'm actually expanding into my potential? One of the things that I think is important is to know it will feel uncomfortable. You'll know when you're expanding because you feel a little uncomfortable, because you're doing something new. So I'm not saying you have to be uncomfortable every day, but I am saying it really is important for you to have a standard to understand, when am I just sitting right here thinking I'm doing something expensive versus, and it's no judgment. Okay. I know I sound judgmental. Scorpio and Sag season. What can I say? They do not bite their tongues, neither sign. But yeah, I just want everybody to step into, that place beyond where they currently are when it's time. Another way to do this is do your spiritual studies, listen to the higher wisdom, right? So, yeah, expansive. Every day, I am learning new things and expanding into my highest potential. So, yeah. So, y'all let me know, what are you doing to do that? Write it down. Write down your new moon intentions. We are at the new moon this is November the 2nd. So go on ahead and be thinking about, what are you going to write down? And, light your candles. What are your rituals? This is the goddess-centered lifestyle. We do this over and over and over because it works. Okay. But you got to prove it to yourself. If you don't already believe it, you got to prove it to yourself. So That's what I have for you all this month, November. The first 2 weeks will be it's hard to say when it's eclipse season. I just have to be 100 with y'all. Like astrologically, the first 2 weeks, it's a lot going on. How did I have this broken up? I guess you could say like the first 3 weeks. Yeah, up until the 20th, 21st. Yeah, up until about the 20th. It's it's pretty spicy, okay? And then after that, the astrology chills, but it's eclipse season. So you never really know what's going to happen. That eclipse season is very it's an unexpected season. And I think that this moon in Scorpio is one that's going to bring some surprises, or it will bring the energy of up level also. Okay. So, but it'll be like you may feel like I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for this, but it's okay. It's okay. You got this. You got this, goddess. All right. Thank y'all all so much. And yeah, I would love to hear from you in the comments about, what did you take away from this particular wisdom sharing about the month? What do you feel like? What stands out for you? How are you going to take this into your month to make this one of the best months of 2021 for yourself? And please join the wait list for the spiritual aspirant initiation. Not asking you to buy anything, just asking you to join the wait list so you can learn about it and decide from there if you want to get in on this experience, is what I'll call it, an experience. All right. Thank y'all. Take care. Peace and love.